Saladin Ambar. He's an associate professor of political science at Lehigh University in Pennsylvania. Saladin, welcome. First of all, does Attorney General Sessions' recusal go far enough at this point?
Well, it may go far enough for any number of Republicans, but I don't think it'll go far enough, certainly not with Democrats or a majority of the American public. This Russian situation is the string in the ball of yarn, if you will, that continues to unravel and may be large enough to perhaps do serious damage to the Trump administration. We just don't know how much string is there and how big that ball of yarn is. But we're learning, and it's disturbing, I think, to lots of people.
And I think a question, again, a lot of people are asking is if there's nothing to hide, there's nothing to worry about, why not be upfront about meetings with the Russian diplomat, especially because of the timing with all the allegations about Russian government involvement in the U.S. election process?
Well, it's a great question, and I think it gets to the unique situation of Russia with this first candidate, and then now with this president. You know, in the whole constellation of possibilities with respect to foreign policy and countries that the United States has to deal with and situations, whether it be Iran or NATO and so forth, the Pacific Rim, Russia stands out as clearly an outlier with this individual, President Trump, and his administration and those closest to him. It is uniquely situated as the preferential state, if you will, in American foreign policy. And there's apparently no good reason other than perhaps ego on the part of Trump, right? Insofar as Putin is said to have called him a genius. But I think the vast majority of people understand that that's just mere pablum for the public. We know that there must be something deeper, otherwise there would not be this kind of unique relationship. And what the nature of that relationship is, we don't know. We haven't seen the president's tax returns, for example, which could reveal some more on that with respect to what's going on. We just are very much in the dark.
To their defense, the Russians deny this ambassador is a spy, and Sergei Kislyak last November defended the contacts with the Trump surrogates. And I'm going to read you a quote. He said, "Our job is to talk to all people, be it Republicans, be it Democrats, whether they work for a campaign, whether they don't work for a campaign. Our job is to understand." Does he have a point here? And at this point, who wants to hang out with the Russian ambassador?
Well, you know, it's a unique situation. And first of all, you know, I expect nothing less than the Russian state and its officials to deny anything untoward. I mean, President Eisenhower denied spying on Russia until Gary Powers' plane was shot down and he was a hostage. So this is what states do. They have to, you know, protect their own perceived best interests. But what's more important is the question of why is Russia meeting with the de facto consigliere, Jared Kushner, which is essentially his role in the Trump administration. He is the top person, the closest person aide to Trump. Why is he meeting with him? Why is he meeting with Sessions? Why is he meeting with these other individuals, particularly in the context of an election in which Russia is under fierce allegations of interfering in that election through a cyber attack? And we have the president's own language calling for Russia and Putin to reveal the 30,000 emails that were seemingly lost or deleted by Hillary Clinton's campaign in the DNC. So, you know, it begs all sorts of questions, and I think we're beyond now just
Saladin, let me ask you a quick question.
Sentiment.
We're running out of time. Will there be a special prosecutor, and who will that person report to?
Well, it remains to be seen. I think because you have such a firestorm of focus on this event right now, in all likelihood, some enterprising journalist is going to uncover additional information. I don't think this is the end of it. And if I had to guess, I would say that there would be a special prosecutor. Whom that might be remains to be seen. It's going to have to be someone with relatively bipartisan support. Some prominent Democrat or Democrats are going to have to be on board with this individual.
All right.
But I think we're getting there.
Okay, thank you so much. Saladin Ambar, Associate Professor at Lehigh University.